Alright. I think we are live and going. Yes, we are. Lovely. So let's me fix this then. Just gonna put this here. And then let's put this one somewhere else as well. Wait. Oop. And resize it a little bit. There we go. This should be good. Okay, so yeah, I wanted to try climb a little bit more. We're currently halfway Ultra Ball rank 3. I am not doing too hot right now, but yeah, let's try do some more wins with a Greninja deck. I think this is still one of the stronger underrated decks that I've been using, at least. I think it is a pretty good deck, and I'm surprised not more people have picked up on it. Alright, we're against a grass type deck, so let's start with Froakie. Or actually, yeah, we start with a water energy, so I think starting with Froakie is good. We're against a Buzzwole. Not the easiest to play against. Also, very in the meta right now. Same as Solgaleo. Those are the two decks that are being played the most, I would say. So we'll have to find some kind of counter to those two. Ideally. I haven't found them yet, but they sure are out there. I am convinced about that. Alright, let's get a Giratina here, hopefully. No, we get a Froakie, another Froakie. Okay, so instead we'll just do 10 damage, I suppose. Yeah. Next turn we could put in our second oricorio, then we have two in play. That is not a bad thing. Let's see. Okay, so he does Thrash Metal, so that's 40 damage, of course. Froakie goes down to 20. So we can heal him with Arita if we want to. And put another energy on oricorio, I think. So yeah, let's Arita now. And then do 10 damage again. So he has 80, and then we could Guzma or Oricorio next turn. I think that is enough to knock out his Kartana at least. So that would be a start. Unless he plays Pheromosa here, maybe. Even better would be if we would get a rare candy, so we can get a Greninja. I see what the Pheromosa is trying to do. Pheromosa wants to knock out my Froakie, of course, so we don't want that to happen, so let's just put a cape on it. Give it a bit more HP, and then we can also heal with our Shaman for 10. Alright, there we go. Put an energy on oricorio. Guzma, of course, as I said before, and then with the Guzma he goes down to 50, so we can knock it out. So that is 1 point already. 1 point is pretty nice. Okay, so Pheromosa comes in. Let's see what we can cook here. Okay, so 2 Buzzwole. So one of them has to be knocked out this game, probably. And against Oricorio, they obviously don't do damage. Okay, Cyrus. So what we could do is put in Masterball with Cyrus, but I don't think that is too useful here. Maybe let's play our other Froakie, because one of them is gonna be knocked out soon probably. And we want to... Okay, well I maybe should have put it on the other one then, but... Okay, we'll have to deal with this way. I would love a rare candy, so we can evolve into a Greninja and then Water Shuriken this Pheromosa. That is kinda the ideal case. But we'll have to get a little bit lucky with that, and he heals it up. Doesn't really matter if we get a rare candy though, we can still Water Shuriken plus 50 damage from Oricorio. Arena is not gonna do that though. Okay, so well, we put another energy on or on the Froakie. Heal with Shaman, so our Froakie has still 10 HP left next turn, hopefully. So let's zap again. There we go. So he's down to 20 again. Now we'll have to wait and see if he gets anything that will help him here. I am really not sure where my rare candies are though. We're at turn... Oh, well, speak of the devil, there he is. Okay, so I think we do evolve our damaged Froakie, because then it will stay alive for a little bit longer. And right now we can, well, first heal. That is the most obvious thing to do here. Oh, yep, and he concedes already. Okay, well, that works too. So that is his first win. Let's go. That is what we're talking about. Let's get this shit going. Alright, who are we up against this time? It is a Dark type deck, okay. Sadly we only have the choice of putting Giratina on the active. So let's do that. And then we're gonna wait. This has to be like a Darkrai Giratina, right? Yeah, there is Giratina and Darkrai. Of course. Haven't seen that many of that deck, but apparently they are still being played, so it's not that weird that we're seeing one. Okay. There's a Giratina again. So double Giratina. We can Pokeball here, hopefully we get something useful, like a Froakie, yep, that is kinda useful. And then we can put an energy on him and use Broken Space. So we also have an energy on our Giratina. Alright, so... okay, Pokeball, so that's probably his other Darkrai. Unless he is also using Komala. Yep, broken space is pretty much as expected. Okay, so we get a Frogadier at least. So that is something. And then Oricorio as well. Oricorio is, well, pretty much gonna keep us alive in case he gets to play his charged up Giratina. He is our guard at the portal to our realm. Okay. So he's probably gonna put an energy. Oh wow, Nihilico. Okay. So putting an energy on Darkrai then, and he probably should have a Poison Barb, right? At least that is what I would expect him to have. We also have an Arena, by the way, so we can heal for 40. So our Giratina does have 40 damage on it right now, but we can heal that instantly. Okay, who are we getting in the active? The other Giratina, okay. Which already has 2 energies on it, only needs 1 more. Next turn it could attack. So I think we're gonna put in our Oricorio. Oh, actually a Cyrus, that is pretty interesting. So yeah, let's put a water energy here, then Arena first, and then retreat it, so we get the healing. So we retreat for 2 energies for Oricorio. And then we can Broken Space still, so at least Giratina is left with 2 energies in the end. Alright. Yeah, he can't really use his attack because, of course, it's not gonna do damage to our Oricorio. We do have a Guzma, but I'm guessing he has 2 Poison Barbs in his deck. So ideally we would want to knock out both of those with 1 Guzma, since we only have 1 in our deck. Besides, we still need to use Broken Space here to charge up our Giratina. So that's nothing too bad yet. And then ideally we would get a Greninja and then swap out Oricorio, and then Giratina can knock out the enemy Giratina with first using Guzma. Okay, well, Guzma is gone. We do get a Greninja in return for it and a Professor's Research, so maybe we can get a Guzma as well. Well, a Rare Candy, okay. Let's Professor's Research here. A Froakie, okay. So let's play the other guy as well then, and putting an energy on Oricorio won't do anything. He needs an electric type energy, so he can't attack yet. But with our Water Shuriken we can sure at least deal 20 to the opposed Giratina. And then Broken Space for some more energy there. That is not too bad either. Alright, so he puts in Nihiligo, which is needed if he wants to knock out my Oricorio. Okay, yep. So 30 damage, he gets poisoned. So we take another 20. That basically means our oricorio is on the chopping block next turn. Or actually at the end of this turn, unless we swap it out, of course. We can rare candy Greninja. So that is something. And we could... Okay, let's Professor's Research, because we need something else here if we want to do anything. A Cyrus, actually. And the Giant Cape, though. So that Giant Cape is actually maybe our way to survival here. So we can swap out our Oricorio for the Giratina. Then use Giant Cape on Giratina. So we're at 170 HP. And then use both the Water Shurikens on either of his Giratina. So there's one. There is two. And then let's put this Water Energy on Oricorio in case we get a Rita. And we can Chaotic Impact to knock out this Nihilego. We go down to 150. But that is not enough for him to knock me out with his Giratina. Besides, he doesn't have enough energies on his Giratina, so that is pretty good. So now the question is, what is he gonna do here? Because there isn't really that much to do besides putting in Darkrai. This Darkrai is also gonna get the one-shot though. So I do have double Greninjas. Okay, he gets a Poison Barb. So he deals 20 here. Plus 80. So that is 100. And of course I am gonna knock out myself using our attack. But since we have 3 Pokemon on the bench, I think... And he also doesn't get enough points, by the way. Or no, I don't get enough points, actually. Wait, no, he doesn't get enough points. Okay. I'm confusing myself here. Let's Water Shuriken, the Darkrai, and then our Giratina is gonna get knocked out, but that's fine, we still win the game. So that is another win. So we're on a win streak of 3 now. That is pretty nice. I somehow thought that he had 1 point already, but he didn't. So, yeah, that is pretty lovely. Let's go. Win streak of 3. The highest win streak I've had so far is 7 this season. Maybe we can beat that sometime today. That would be incredibly lovely. But I'm not counting on it, of course. Okay, so we're against a fire type deck. Sadly, we only have Oricorio to start, no Froakie. Froakie would have been nice. Okay. He starts with Blasphalon. Of course, that's also not his ideal starter, so I guess we're a little bit lucky there. But we do also get another Oricorio, so are we really that lucky then? Okay. Well, this is something. At least we have started the turn. Another Blasphalon. So is he very unlucky, or what is happening here? I am gonna play my Froakie and then put the energy on Oricorio. This Blasphalon does 70 damage to itself, so it would knock out my Oricorio, but also itself in 2 turns. Not sure if that is going to be worth it for me, but we'll have to see. And I also am curious what else he is using in this deck, because there is no way it is just Blastphalon. Oh, it's type null, okay. So that is a little concerning. If he has a type null already right now, then that means a Silvally is probably coming very soon. Potentially next turn already. So that would knock out my Oricorio, which I think is gonna happen right now. But there is also not a whole lot we could do against that if we want to. I don't think there is anything we could have done differently. Yeah, so he uses Gladion. Surely he has a Silvally right now, unless he got very unlucky. Yep, there it is. Okay, so our Oricorio is gonna be knocked out. Well, what does that mean for us? It means we probably lost the game. Unless we get... Wait. Oh, wait, no. Of course, he can't retreat his Blastphalon yet. Okay, so we have a little bit of a chance here. We can knock out this Blastphalon. However, Silvally is then gonna knock out our Oricorio. He does have to play a support card, but there is pretty much a guarantee that he has one. And we can't really prevent that, so let's just put an energy on Froakie and hope for a Greninja next turn. I think that is basically what we're gonna do here. And then I think we put in Oricorio. Because we want to have a Froakie. Froakie is the only thing that can survive. Unless we get Giratina, of course, but even having a Giratina is not ideal. Oh, and he played another helmet, okay. And he plays Mars, so we get 2 cards only. A Cyrus and a Froakie, that is pretty bad. Okay, so he does 100 damage again, Oricorio is gone. We'll have to play our other Oricorio. And Professor's Research maybe into a rare candy. Nope. Well, we do get a rare candy, but that is not gonna be enough. There's also no way our Giratina is gonna have enough energies in 3 turns. So I guess we just try it anyways. Maybe there is some very weird combination of turns that we can have that will be enough. We're gonna see. Another Gladion. Okay. Let's think, because Giratina needs 2 more turns, which he can get because he has 150 HP. But then we really need to have him online, and besides that, Silvally is also still here. Okay, so we could rare candy and then use that on Blastphalon. Use Cyrus on Blastphalon so he can't retreat it yet. Or well, he has to retreat it if he wants to. Not sure if this does anything actually, but well, we have to try something, I guess. We could have knocked it out with Greninja actually, but it would only get us 1 point and then Greninja would die with Silvally. So I think just trying to get the Giratina up to max energies is better. But I also do think I threw this game a little bit here. Okay. So he heals his Blastflon up. Puts an energy on it, so Silvally is gonna come in and do 100 damage here. So even though our Giratina is almost fully charged up, we will have to retreat it. Because, well, otherwise we just instantly lose. So yeah, let's do that. Let's put the other Froakie in, I suppose. And do this, Water Shuriken, the Silvally, I guess, and then again we Broken Space. So now we have 3 energies on Giratina, but this looks still very hard. Okay. So what is gonna come in then? Or, well, does he just do it for the 100 damage? That could also be the case, of course. That might actually just be the play here. Yeah, it is. Okay. So we're down to 100 or 20 HP again. We could Irida, but even that doesn't heal us enough. Well, it might heal us just enough if he doesn't have another support card. But there is a really big chance that he does have one. I'm just grasping at straws at this point, like... yeah. Like, how am I winning this? I don't see it. Yeah, no, there's Leaf, so that is the game. But I expected this basically from the start. Already looked pretty bad from the start, so yeah. Okay. Nothing we could have done there. Just using Blastflon is a very interesting choice though. We have Silvally. Actually, what is Silvally weak to? So it might be good to run a deck that is strong against it, since there's so many people running it. Is it weak to fighting type, really? So that would be a little bit of a problem. Yeah, it is weak to fighting. Maybe it is at some point time to put in our like Marowak deck again, or a Lucario or something. Like, what was the one that I played? Lucario something. I mean, they are playing just type null and the Silvally decks basically constantly. So I don't think it is even that much of a bad idea to play a fighting type deck. This is the Charizard version though. So a water type is also pretty good here. But knocking out his Silvally and stuff is also not bad. Let's play the Giant Cape and the Professor's Research. So we get Greninja and Guzma, Broken Space. That is at least some kind of turn. So yeah, there is the Silvally already. He can't attack yet, so that's something. And there is a Charizard as well. Okay. That is starting to be trouble. Shaman. Okay, so he is probably gonna use a support card and knock out my Oricorio in one go again. Just like last game. Okay, so yeah, putting it on Oricorio is still okay. Let's just use Broken Space, because I don't think our Oricorio is gonna survive next turn. Putting an energy on Shaman is pretty useless. Yeah, there we go. So that's 100 damage, Oricorio is gone. I guess we'll have to play Shaman. Just to have something. That is able to be knocked out without us being in too much trouble. Alright. Froakie. But we don't have a rare candy yet. Let's put an energy here and then Broken Space again. So this next turn Giratina will have enough energy to at least knock out the Silvally, but then he still has the other one. And he still has his Charizard. Which is slowly getting to enough energies. And can of course one-shot my Giratina. Actually, who cares, because it's in the active right now. And it has 180 HP, so that is rough. Okay. Well, instead, we're just gonna play our Oricorio again. So surprise, we have another one. Here you go. Charizard can't do damage to my Oricorio. He can of course use his Silvally again. But we'll see. That would probably be what I recommend. Just put in Silvally, knock out Oricorio. Yep, there we go. Alright, so do we concede already at this point? My god. Okay, so Oricorio is gone. I can't attack with Giratina and everything else is in one-shot range, so unless we draw something incredible here, I think I'm just gonna concede. Yep. Alright. I think it is time to play a different deck. Let's play... what do I have? Do I have any good fighting type decks? I have the Rampardos deck, but I don't think that is good against the Silvally decks. Maybe we sacrifice our Blaine deck for one? I don't know. We could also... really not sure. We can Silvally ourselves with Charizard actually. Let's do that. Let's not try to beat them, let's just join them. Alright, and now we are against a dark type deck, of course. As one would expect. This is Celesteela. That is not what I was expecting. I was expecting Darkrai. But alright. Let's Professor's Research, maybe we get a Charizard. No, but we do get a Charmander. Let's play that. If he has a red card, then he can well, fuck us up pretty badly here. Maybe he doesn't. Does he have it? No. Doesn't seem like it. Just getting a bunch of basic cards. And Celesteela is gone. Poison Barb comes in, so this... Where is his Nihilego? Surely he's gonna play one. No? I guess not. Alright. He should have something in his hand, because he, of course, got some basic Pokemon. We put an energy here. And Sil Valley. And then... I don't think we play anything else yet. So now we wait for next turn, then we can do 100 damage to Poipole. But he's probably gonna evolve it here. I would suppose. No, he doesn't. He's gonna attack again and do 20 damage. Not too bad. There's no sight of a Nihilego either yet, so that is pretty good. Let's get our other Sil Valley. And then we can do 100 damage. So we knock out Poipole. That is 1. And we get poisoned. So that's 10 damage, unless he gets his Nihilego right now. Then it's gonna be 20 damage every single turn. Ooh, a Gust Lord. It's no Nihilego then. Another Poison Bomb. I guess no Nihilego. Really? Damn, okay. Well, we could Iono, we could also Gladion. Actually, let's do Gladion and then get our type null. So we can play that and play an energy on it and do 100 damage again. Pretty solid. So he's down to 20 and we take 10 again. And now he has to flip if he wants to do 100 damage. So that is of course not super consistent. Or did he rage quit? That could also be the case. I would not be super surprised. No, he's back. Okay. Professor's research. Alright. What does it give him? Nothing fancy, I suppose. So no heads means no damage. And... Alright, well that's pretty good. We can get our other Sil Valley. Get this guy an energy. And then... we could Iono. But I think we're gonna hold off for now. We could retreat into the other one. So this guy doesn't have poison again. Is still at 50 HP. But that's not too bad. At least he isn't prone to being knocked out by Gust Lord next turn. So we prevent him from getting a point. And even though it seems insignificant, I think it is significant enough to do it. Okay, so Lucamine does give him enough, or no, just not enough energy. So he's gonna use Grindcore, and then we'll have to see how many energies he can get rid of. If it is just 1 or 0, then we're okay. If it's more than that, then that is gonna be a problem. No energies, okay. So that's pretty good. We take 30 damage, of course. We finally get our Charizard. So we can Charizard. And well, we can also do 100 damage still. So let's... Well, we could Sabrina, but I don't think that helps because you can just put in Celesteela. Though, yeah, Celesteela has the ability to get out of the active, so that doesn't help. I think we just Mars for the 100 damage. Just to have the 100 damage. And then Guzzlord is down to 70. So he has 70 HP left. He can knock me out with his Tyrannical Hole. But then we still have the Silvally on the bench, so that's not too bad. Let's see if he goes for it. Lucamine. Okay. So he puts energies on the other guy, but then he will have to swap out right now. And use Grindcore again. Oh, well, actually he can just swap out with Celesteela, of course, yeah. That makes sense. I forgot about that for a second. Okay, so he does 30 damage done. Silvally goes down to 10. So still not too bad. Okay. There we go. He flips heads once, twice. Okay, so we're out of energies on our one Silvally. Alright, so now it is a little bit of a hard game. We could... What do we do here? So we won't get enough energies on our Silvally, of course. It will die to poison. So I think we're just gonna retreat it. So it doesn't die to poison for the other one. It only has 1 energy as well. But I mean, we'll have to start somewhere. We could have also used Charizard. Let's Iono, maybe we get something fun. What do we get? A Pokeball and a Lily and a Charizard. Alright. Pokeball doesn't really do anything. I might have had to put in... Okay, so our one Silvally is knocked out here. So he gets 1 point, but we still have the other one. Which we actually can't use because our supporter card is useless in that regard. But Guzzlord does 120, Charizard has 180. But this Guzzlord has not had any damage done to it, so we do have to swap into Silvally, I think, to get an energy on it. Well, we can't use Lily, so we can't do 100 damage. So we'll have to do 50. But then at least he is down to 120. So our Charizard would be able to knock it out. He is of course gonna knock out Silvally here. At least he should. Or he could get the Charmander, but I'm not sure how useful that is. Okay, so yeah, Tyrannical Hole, Silvally is gone. We'll have to put in our Charizard and let's hope for a rare candy. So in case he has the Sabrina, that he can't get the Charmander in the active. Okay, so there we go. We do get a rare candy. That is pretty crucial, I think. So let's put an energy on there and use Stoke here. So he can't use Lily on his Guzzlord. And he can only do 120. Or he has to use Grindcore and like get rid of all my energies, which, yep, he is gonna try, but seems very unlikely to happen. Okay, so he got rid of no energies and we win the game. That is lovely. Yep, he concedes even. Okay. It wasn't an easy game, but we still did it. So 2 wins for now for this deck. That is pretty good. Let's go again. Alright, who do we have here? A grass type deck. And we start with a type null and a Sylvalian hand. So that is pretty decent. This has to be like a Masterball deck, right? Yeah, it is. Okay. As expected. Okay, so he does start. So if we're lucky, we flip heads and we do 40 damage next turn. Otherwise, we do 20. And then we could, like, Mars next turn into Sylvali to knock out Cortana if it is needed. Or if it seems useful. Okay, there's a Buzzwole. And the Celesteela also. Well, this is nothing useful yet for me. Okay, we do 40 damage. That is kind of nice. Let's see if we can knock out this Cortana next turn. Or that we'll have to wait for a little bit longer to do that. Okay. No, he heals it, but doesn't mean that we can't knock it out. So we do have a Sylvalian hand. And using Gladion is not bad here, so let's do that. We get the other type null. And play Sylvali, so we can knock out this Cortana. That is 1 point. And he has only 1 energy in his discard pile, so even if he has Lusamine, it will only provide him with 1 energy, so that's not too bad. So Buzzwole is not gonna do too much yet. He is able to do 30 damage if he wants to, and then next turn big beat. But then we do have a type null on our bench still. And Mars. So that is also not too bad. He also plays Professor's Research right now. So Mars is not too bad next turn maybe. Ooh, okay, so he red guards. So my hand is gone. Oh, okay, Professor's Research is good. We can just Professor's Research Sylvali for 100 damage. And then if he has Lusamine, he could knock out my Sylvali, but then we have the other guy on the bench, so maybe that is useful. A Leaf Cape though, so 30 extra HP is gonna be a little bit harder to deal with. Sabrina, Okay, so let's Professor's Research. Another Charmander and a Sylvali. Okay, so let's evolve into Sylvali, play both Charmanders. And we can do 100 damage again. Not bad. Buzzwole is down to 70. If he uses Big Beat, then we can knock him out next turn. If he doesn't, well, he has to retreat his Buzzwole here. Otherwise, I just simply win the game. We can just Mars or Sabrina, doesn't really matter. Okay, 1 energy on the bench, Buzzwole. Plus Ultra Thrusters brings it in. It should bring it in. Or does he put in Celesteela? That's also an option. No, okay, Buzzwole gets in. So we can do another 100 damage. Oh, actually. Maybe we can't, because we don't have... Oh, no, never mind. We have a Professor's Research. So yeah, we can just Professor's Research. Maybe we also get a Charizard. Let's see if we do get one. Lily and a Charizard, let's go. So rare candy, a Charizard. Not bad. Then play an energy on this guy, do another 100 damage. There we go, he's down to 40 as well. So we have one guy with 70 HP left, one with 40. Okay, there we go, he concedes. Third win in a row. Let's go. Now let's try not go on a losing streak after this. Surely we will not lose next game, right? Wait, it's only 2 games in a row we won. I thought we won 3. Well, that's my bad. We're at 11:37. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, it's 2 games. I thought it was already 3, but no, it's 2. Okay, let's try to get our third then. Charmander. So we don't have a rare candy or a type null. So our starting hand is not the most amazing yet. But who knows, maybe we can get something useful. Well, first we can, of course, do 20 damage. Yeah, it's fighting type weakness. And we can Iono, so maybe we get a little bit of a better hand. Let's see. Oh, a Pokeball. And a type null, yeah, this is better. So we can type null, get another type null, and then we have a Professor's Research as well. So that's not too bad. Do 20 damage. Let's go, he's down to 40. Yep, Rocky Helmet. Kinda annoying, but not too bad. At least it's not a Poison Barb. Because with an Nihilego on the bench, a Poison Barb would have been very annoying to deal with. It's Professor's Research, maybe we get a rare candy? Pokeball? Yes, we do get a rare candy, that is awesome. Okay, let's play that. We can get our other Charmander as well. Who knows, maybe we even get the other rare candy, that would be pretty insane. Let's use Stoke here. So we have 3 extra energies on our Charizard. Pretty good. Alright. Flips, a heads, and a tails. So we lose 1 energy. That does mean we don't get to Steam Artillery next turn. So he did prevent us from doing that, at least for 1 turn then. And he does 20 damage, that's not a whole lot. Oh wow, we get another rare candy. Okay, so we have double Charizard, we have double type null. We don't have any cards in our hand though. That is the more annoying part about this. But then still, we do have a Charizard in the active with 7 energy. And he's not playing Gallade. If he was playing Gallade, we would be fucked. But he's not, so that's good. Let's see if he has anything useful. Maybe he has like the Ghost Lord that can at least tank a little bit. Not sure though. It doesn't seem like he has that much stuff to deal with. Even more lovely would be maybe drawing a Solgaleo of some kind. What we even could do is swap out our Charizard next turn. but we'll see how low he gets. I think he gets to 110, yep, and then, okay, we do get a Silvally as well. So let's put an energy there. So he goes down to 90 after this, or yeah, and then takes another 20 from poison, so down to 70. So if he has, well actually only 10 because Nihilego is knocked out, so poison is only 10 damage, right? I suspect. Let's see. Oh, there's a Guzzlord, okay. So I might get our Charizard back into my bench next turn. Kinda depends. Okay, so we do take 10 more. Sabrina. Okay. So let's retreat into Silvally. So Charizard is cured of poison. Then we can Sabrina the Guzzlord in. And that means he has now his Guzzlord in the active. We can do 100 damage. He can't retreat it because it costs 4 to retreat. He doesn't have a Celesteela. Maybe he has one. But even then, I think we're okay. And then next turn I can just swap into Charizard again if he gets rid of my energies with Grindcore. And Charizard does still have 5 energies on him, so he can use Steam Artillery. Let's see. Oh, he does Cyrus, so our Charizard is actually in the active. If he grindcores more than 2 energies off of our Charizard and we don't get a support card, then he does have a chance. But then he needs to grindcore at least... Okay, that's 1, 2, 2. Okay, so if we draw a support card, like Mars, then we can still win. So we can't just swap out a Charizard for Silvally. Yeah, there we go. There is the 3rd win in a row. So now it is real. Now we are really at 3 wins. Okay, streak has been acquired. Let's go. Still want more than this, of course. Okay. Who are we up against now? We are going second and we're against a steel type deck. Is this type null solgaleo? Or what are we dealing with? No, it is the moral, so the Xenotic solgaleo. Which type null should be strong against? But I'm not sure how strong it is, as I haven't played it against a solgaleo deck yet. But we'll see. If he plays. As we wait. Alright, so a Pokeball gives him another Morlul or Cosmog. There is Cosmog. Now it's my turn, okay. So we can Pokeball. Increase our chances of getting a support card that is useful next turn. Then we can Quick Blow, and then if he doesn't Mars or Red card, then we could put in Silvally next turn and deal 50 if we don't get a useful support card. So if he doesn't evolve his Morloy into a Shinotic, then it could be knocked out. Okay, there's a Cosmoem. So a Solgaleo could be on the way. Okay, so we don't get a useful support card, but we do get a rare candy for our Charizard. So at least we have a Charizard, and then evolve our Silvally. So he does 50 damage. If he has Solgaleo here, then that might be a little bit problematic, but we'll see. Okay, no, he plays Marlol. So no Solgaleo then. Unless he has it now. Nope, he concedes. Okay. I think that was a rage quit. So that was a 4th win in a row. I'd rather have people rage quit like that than they leave the game than we have to wait for them. Now we don't. So that's great. And we still get the win. So that's number 4. Let's see if we can increase that number a little bit more. Okay, so who are we up against? A grass type deck. This is the Buzzwole deck, isn't it? I'm guessing it is the Buzzwole. We start with a Charmander though. So that's not bad against, yep, there it is, Pheromosa. So this is Buzzwole for sure. Yep, there he is, Buzzwole himself. Okay, we hope to get a type null here. That is exactly what I wanted to say. Then we can play that and Professor's Research. A Gladion and a rare candy, okay. So yeah, Combustion does 40 damage, not bad. Especially because he will have to retreat it if he doesn't want it to be knocked out. Or he needs to use healing. So a Erica would save it. But I'm not sure if you want to Erica this early into the game. Okay, red card. Rare Candy Charizard, alright. I am very glad with that red card. I'm just gonna say it. Okay, so he does Erica. So he's gonna do 20 to my Charmander and the type null. But I don't mind that much. Okay, so we rare candy Charizard and I use Stoke to get some energy. Let's put a energy on type null and use Stoke. Alright, not bad. Not bad at all, I would say. There's Celesteela. So he could knock out, or well, bring in his Buzzwole pretty easily if he wants to. But here comes Kartana for 40 damage. And we are going to knock out the Kartana. I think we're gonna Lily, just in case he has like a Lucamine or something that would be useful here, and then Steam Artillery, so Cortana goes. That is 1 point. And this Buzzwole should be next. Or well, Pheromosa will probably be next, yep. So it is able to do 20 damage. And then Lucamine would have 2 energies in the discard pile, so it could get 2, but that's not enough. So I think we're okay. Or are we? I think still okay-ish. Okay, we do also get a Silvally, so we can even swap into that if we want to. Let's Professor's Research. Let's actually think that through. Is that useful? So we can knock out Kartana, of course. with either Silvally or Charizard. I think using Charizard is just the easy way out, but then he might Lusamine his Buzzwole and do 120 damage. If he has red, then he would be able to knock out. No, he won't, because he needs Lusamine and red, so he should be okay. Let's see. Yeah, he plays Pheromosa. That is a desperation turn then. Yep, there's the concede. Okay. So that is 5 now in a row. Pretty good. Still going. So we're 6 wins away from ranking up to Ultra Ball rank 4. Well, let's get that done. Let's go try it. Alright, so we're against a fighting type deck and we start with Charmander. Ooh, this is the type null. So the one that I'm playing, of course. Hopefully get a type null as well here, yes. And then the most effective thing would be Gladion into Silvally. Next turn then. We do also have a rare candy Charizard, so that is also pretty nice. Okay, so we do get damage for 20, not bad. Now it's my turn. So we can energy rare candy Charizard. And then Gladion, hopefully Silvally. Unless we get another type null. Nope, there's Silvally. Okay, so there we go. Use Stoke. So that is 3 extra energies for Mr. Charizard, and then yeah, well, he will have to do something here, otherwise he just loses. Okay, so there is the Skull Fossil. He's probably gonna do 100 damage here with a support card, or 120. Okay, no, 100. I thought maybe he was gonna play red, and then it would be 120, of course. But no, it's 100. So if he gets a rare candy Rampardos next turn, then that would be a problem, of course. So let's Mars maybe. I'm not sure if he has it. Let's Steam Artillery, so knock out the Silvally. Now we get 1 point. And there is one way for him to knock out my Charizard, and that would be with a Skull Fossil into Rare Candy Rampardos. Which he does not seem to have yet. Maybe now? No, not yet. Okay. That is good for us. Well, Sabrina won't really do anything. We do get a Charmander. Let's also put an energy on Silvally. So Steam Artillery to the Skull Fossil seems a little bit overkill, but well, it's the only damaging attack that we can do. So we will have to. Alright. So does he have Silvally here? Yeah, he does, because of Gladion. So that does 110 HP. But we do have a Sabrina, so we can just get the Skull Fossil in and win that way. Alright. Here we go. So, Silvally. And one more energy, Sabrina. That should be the 6th win in a row. Yep, there we go. 6 now. Very good. So yeah, this deck is pretty good, I would say. Just a little bit of a suggestion. Okay, let's go again. Let's see how far we can extend this win streak. We're against a dark type deck with a type null Solgaleo opening hand. Okay, so Nihilego and Giratina. Alright. Okay, so we got a Charmander. Let's Professor's Research as well. Charizard. Lily. Okay. So we sadly don't get to put any energies on our type null. That's kind of unfortunate. So he does get to put one there. He does get a red card. Okay. We have a Professor's Research, so... And we could actually put in Giratina if we want to. Only needs 2 energies to retreat though, so it's not even that useful to put in his Giratina. But we might do it anyways. Okay, so we have a Solgaleo, that is something. Let's just evolve it into a Solgaleo and then Professor's Research. Maybe we get very lucky. No, we don't. Okay, another Charmander. That's the turn then. Next turn we deal 100 damage with Solgaleo using Sabrina or Gladion. Kinda depends on what he has in the active, which is a Nihilego right now, which is gonna do 60 damage because of the poison. That is pretty insane. There we go, 30 poison damage. Okay, a rare candy. So I think we Gladion here. And we get another type null. So we put an energy on our Solgaleo and I think we're gonna take 100 poison damage, but he doesn't have enough energies on his Nihilego, unless he has a Lucamine. Then of course he is gonna have enough. Let's see if he does. No, a Poison Barb on Oricorio. So I'm guessing no Lucamine then? Yep, Broken Space, okay. So we take another 20. Let's rare candy Charizard though. So I think we wanna try get some energies there. So let's retreat our Solgaleo before it gets knocked out. So we don't give him any free points. And then Giratina needs one more turn to get enough energies. He could swap into Oricorio, but we do have a Sabrina. Besides, we have a type null on the bench that is gonna have an energy on it soon. Yep, there goes Oricorio. A cape on Giratina, so we don't have Guzma in this deck, so that is a little bit of a problem. Not a huge problem though, because if Giratina attacks then he does deal damage to himself. I think we just put an energy here, use this. We could have done it on type null actually. Oh well, let's just use Stoke again. Though Oricorio doesn't have any energy on him, so he can't damage me. Let's see. Nihilego gets an energy, okay. Oh, and another Giratina, okay. So double Giratina. Okay. So if we Sabrina... Like, what if we Sabrina? He puts in Nihilego probably. Yep. Then we put in Silvally. We can retreat our Charizard. We still have 5 energies left on Charizard. So keep that in mind. We knock out this Nihilego, so we get 1 point. And his Oricorio does not do damage, so he has to put in one of his Giratina. Well, he can put in Oricorio, but it can't do damage because it needs 2 energy and none of his energy are electric type. Okay, Mars is not helping him at all. I'm not sure why he did that. Yeah, Broken Space is fine. I can just Iono and knock out this Oricorio, and then we're on a 7-game win streak. So, yeah, another win. That is 7. Let's go. Very good. That is another. Okay, so 4 more and then we are ranking up. Let's see if we can do it. 4 more in a row. Now that we are already on a 7-game win streak, might be a little bit harder to do, but we can still try. Okay, grass type. So this is probably a boss ball then, I'm guessing. Yep, Pheromosa. Okay, so we do have a Charmander in the active. We get to go second, so that means we get to do 40 damage. Next turn. There is a boss ball. A Galadian as well. It's not bad. And another type null actually, so Gladion is guaranteeing us a... Actually, we could maybe Sabrina here. We can do some damage to this boss ball already. I think that is useful. So let's do 40, and then he has to swap it out with... Well, maybe he gets the Celesteela, of course. Then, yeah, it doesn't really matter that we did this, but if he doesn't, then we're doing some substantial damage to him already. So yeah, he doesn't. Okay, so that's really good, and we can Mars even. So let's Mars. So we get rid of his hand as well. Put an energy on type null. Use another combustion, so that's another 40 damage. And then we could Gladion next turn into Silvally and knock out his boss ball already. That would be quite something. Okay, so he does Erica. So he's now at 110. Does 30 damage. Yep. So that does make it a little bit harder. I think I'm still gonna do... What am I gonna do here? Am I gonna do 100 damage with Silvally, or am I gonna charge up my Charizard? Charizard is at 150, so I don't think I want to do that. I think I want a Silvally, so let's retreat our Charmander into type null. Let's then Gladion into Silvally. Yep, here we go. And then that does 100 damage, and we can Rare Candy into Charizard. So if he wants to do 120 to Silvally, then he won't be able to do 120 to Charizard next turn. So I think this is the best play. Let's see. Okay, so maybe a Celesteela is being drawn here. No? I suppose not. Okay, Formosa. Okay, so he uses Big Beat. Our Silvally is knocked out, but we do have a type Null on our bench. So this type Null only able to do 20 damage, but that's enough. If he flips no heads, it's 20, still enough. Okay, so a Charizard and a Gladion. So we can even Gladion next turn into Silvally again to do another 100. So if he doesn't get Celesteela, then we win next turn already. So that's 2 points. Pretty good. Let's see what he has still. Shouldn't be too much. So there's no way that... I mean, having a Gladion or a Silvally in hand right now, in my case, is very unlikely, so... He's probably thinking that he might be safe still. But then in the meantime, I still have a Gladion. And we win. Okay. So that is now 8 in a row. So let's Gladion our Silvally. Here he is. Silvally goes in. Put an energy there and 100 damage. So another easy game. Or easy. Well, it's not easy, but it is a win. There we go. Victory. And that means we're on 8. Almost at 1200 points now. Let's go again. Who knows how far we can get. Okay, I'm going second against a Psychic deck. Oh boy, okay, so we have a type Null. I think we're playing it in the active, because we also have a Gladion and we're second. Oh, he is playing an Ultra Necrozma. I'm not sure how good that deck is, my friend. But yeah, we can just use an energy next turn, and then attack for maybe 40, and then Gladion into 100 damage, so not bad. I'm curious if he has anything. So he only has the Dawn Wings Necrozma right now. Okay, Professor's Research maybe gives him something. Pokeball is sure gonna give him something. Though he's using Pokemon Communications for something else. What is it? Ooh, a Ghastly. Okay, so no Ultra Necrozma. Let's use Quick Blow. Pokeball is useless. So we might do 40, but we're doing 20. That's also fine. Our Gladion is still able to get enough done, unless he has like Gengar, and we can't use support cards actually. That might be the case here. Why he is playing Ghastly. That would be very smart actually, a deck to play. Because type Null really depends, and Silvally really depend on support cards. Let's see. So he needs some time. So I'm guessing he either doesn't have it or he is not actively playing right now. Either way, if he doesn't play Gengar, I think we knock out this Dawn Wings Necrozma. Okay, so he does have a Gengar. Oh, but it's not the one with the ability. So bother... Oh, or well, bother you need to attack actually, so... We're still okay here. So we can just Silvally into 100 damage. So next turn we won't be able to use any supporter cards. But we don't have any in our hand anyways. So it wouldn't have been useful. And he does 50 damage, and we also do 50 damage. But he surely has a Lily for healing of Gengar, I'm guessing. Let's see if he does. Okay, so there is 50 damage. We can't use supporter cards. Yeah, Pokeball is not useful. Let's play an energy on Charmander. So he does 50 damage again next turn. So we're down to 10 HP, but we should survive. Unless he has Giovanni. But I'm I don't think he is running a Giovanni in Gengar deck. I would be very surprised at least. But who knows, maybe we are proven wrong here. As we wait for our opponent again, this guy is a slow one. Okay, so there's Lily. Heals for 50. So yeah, we're down to 10. We can't use Professor's Research, sadly, of course. So we'll have to... Well, we'll do 50. Of course. And then... So we're kind of waiting for our Charizard, right? So we kind of want to stall as long as possible, maybe? I'm not sure. I think we're just doing 50 here. And then next turn maybe 20 with Type Null. As we wait for our Charizard to show up. Oh, a Iono is actually kind of good for me, maybe? Not sure. Lily? No. Mars. Okay. We needed a rare candy as well, and that is gone now. So now it's at least 2 turns until we get a Charizard again. No Silvally though. Unfortunate. I do think we... Wait, what do we actually play here? I think maybe a Charmander for guaranteed 20 damage, and then maybe Silvally. Okay, we do get a rare candy. So who knows, maybe we get... well, let's retreat into Type Null and do maybe 40 damage. No, 20 damage it is. Who knows, maybe we can still draw a Charizard. Our Oricorio is also still here. But yeah, we still can't use our supporter cards, of course. And Type Null is gonna survive for 1 turn. Then we could swap into Charmander, survive for another turn. Ooh, but we do get a Silvally, so that is also able to survive for 1 more turn, right? So we do 50. That is really nice, and we're still waiting for our Charizard. Are we gonna get it next turn? Ooh, Sabrina. Okay. Well, here you go. There's a Charmander. I'm not sure how happy you are with that, because Charmander still has 10 HP. Galadion is not useful. Okay, well we can knock out this Gengar with our Charmander actually, and then Oricorio can knock out our Charmander unless he has Cyrus and knocks out Silvally. But if he uses Cyrus, then he can't use Cyrus on our Charmander unless he has 2 in his hand. Which is not very likely. Okay, so that's 1. So Silvally is gonna be knocked out here. So we'll have to hope for our Charizard. That is basically what we want here. Yes, let's go. Okay, so we Charizard our already damaged Charmander. So there's absolutely no way he knocks it out. So we retreat into it. And we can Mars as well, so he only has 1 card left. So yeah, what is he gonna do now? Not much. Yep, there we go. Okay. So 9 games in a row. Pretty damn good. Can we extend it to 10? That would be pretty insane. Alright. 9 games already. 10 would be insane. Alright, who are we up against here? We're playing against a fighting type. Is this a type null deck? Probably, maybe. It is, okay. But it is the one with Rampardos, probably. Alright. Yeah, so there's Gladion. And another type null, okay. So that is what he got with his Gladion. Let's profess this research. Iono Silvally, not bad. Pokeball for a hopefully Charmander. Nope, a type null, okay. Really was hoping for a Charmander there. And then we can do maybe 40 damage. No, 20. That's okay though. So next turn we do have a Silvally, hopefully. If he Ionos or Marses or something, then we still have a decent chance of getting a Gladion or a Silvally. And he deals 40 damage. That's fine. We can still Silvally into... let's see, do we play Mars or Iono? Mars gives him 3 cards. Let's Mars. Okay, and then we put energy on our Silvally, knock out his type null. So we're already in a better spot than he is, unless he has the Rampardos. If he has the Rampardos, then yeah. That might be a little bit rough. Okay, so he does play Skull Fossil. Yeah, he has a Rampardos. Okay. That means our Silvally is knocked out. And sadly we don't have a Charmander. Okay, so he takes 50. We can do either 20 or 40 damage here, but we do need to draw a Charmander. If we don't draw a Charmander, okay, yeah. So we don't draw a Charmander. Maybe with Iono? Iono gives us a chance still. What do we get? Charizard, Professors, Gladion, Rare Candy. Okay, so no Charmander, which means, yeah. Alright, well that is a very sad way to lose our winning streak. But that was just unlucky. If we had a Charmander, then we would have a pretty decent chance actually still. So I would have then Charmander, Gladion, Silvally. So yeah, we should have been okay-ish at least. Especially if we would have flipped heads on our type null. But okay. It is what it is. We got a little bit unlucky. We went against a Rampardos deck that did have his hand. It happens sometimes. Okay, we're against a mirror matchup here. So this is a battle of who is more lucky. Am I or is he? We're against Winter itself. Oh, wait, it's not a mirror matchup. He's playing Blastfulon. Okay. We can just do 20 or 40. Doesn't matter, I don't think we're playing Gladion yet. Could have. So we might not get our Silvally with Gladion. So it's actually kind of a little bit risky what I'm doing here. Especially if he plays red cards, yeah. Oh, we do get a... Oh, we do have a Silvally actually, so we're good. So yeah, the Silvally is knocked out. So that's pretty nice. We have two actually. And that is interesting. So we get a type null here. With this Gladion. Yep, there we go. And 100 damage. So his Silvally is knocked out. Now we wait for him to play Blastfulon and hopefully get a supporter card. If we don't, we do 50. And he needs 3 energies to do damage. So... Okay, Sabrina. So our type null comes in. That is okay. So we surely are gonna get a supporter card, am I right? Okay, we actually do 40 damage. So he's down to 60. We still have Silvally in hand as well. But let's not scare him away yet. Okay. Do we get a support card? Yes, we do. So let's Mars Silvally and do 100 damage. Yep, there we go. Concedes. Pretty good. Very lovely. Okay. 15 points away from a rank up. Let's go again. Alright, another fighting type. Are we against another type now? No, a Rockruff. Okay. Interesting, that might be a little bit of an older deck. Let's Pokeball. Okay, Charmander. Professor's Research gives us another Charmander and a Silvally. Okay. Well, we already had one. And he has first turn. Or well, we had first turn, but that means he has first turn with first energy. Which is, in my opinion, more useful than actually having first turn. But okay. We are now gonna play our type null and an energy. I don't remember how much damage Lycanroc does. So I'm actually going to use an evolution here. Okay, let's see. I really hope Lycanroc can't knock out my Silvally in one go. No, he can't, but he does do 100 damage. 120 actually. Because of weakness. Wow. Alright. Yeah. So, right. I mean, yes. Okay. Not sure what to do about this. He is gonna do 50 here. Yup. And now... Okay, we got a Gladion, so we can play that. And... Oh. Wait, we don't have enough... Oh my god. Okay, that was a very stupid mistake. I thought he could be inactive, but no. That was dumb. Okay. Yeah, this is lost actually. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do here. I guess we could hope for a rare candy. So let's play Charmander. Maybe we get a rare candy? Nope. Maybe next turn. Still have one more turn. Let's do 20 damage at least. Let's see if we can survive this. If he has Sabrina, then we're still screwed, but we just need a rare candy. Okay, so 50 damage again. Do we get a rare candy? No. Okay. Oh well. Sad. Let's go. Just need 2 more wins and we rank up. That shouldn't be too hard if we look at our recent history. Okay. Against a electric type deck. So we have a Silvally in hand, so let's play type null. Ooh, a Tapu Koko. Okay. So ideally we would on our first turn do 40 damage. Then we can, with Silvally, knock it out on the second turn. But then we would have to get a little bit lucky. Oricorio is fine, we can deal with one Oricorio. Iono. Mars Gladion, okay, double Gladion actually. So that should be okay. So we can Gladion next turn and then also the turn after, and we should be guaranteed at least 1. Yeah, so let's 1. Okay, so we get a type null. Now next turn we can Gladion again. So let's do... sad. I was hoping for 40 damage. But we do 20. So that means our Silvally will get damaged for 90. Or well, 20 and then 90. So he actually dies next turn. That is a problem. Not sure how to deal with that. Okay, Charizard. Charizard might deal with it. So let's go Charizard. Okay, so we could do Gladion. Then do... But we want to have at least one Silvally alive that could deal with Oricorio. Right, so... I think we don't play Gladion and we just try get... no heads again. That is really sad. That means it makes our lives pretty difficult because he heals for 10. So he's now up to 110. Okay, so he does 20 damage. So he now has enough energies on his guy to do 90. Maybe we Sabrina? Or do we just try again? I think we try again for our heads. Let's go again for our heads. Nope, no heads again. But he's down to 90 HP. So that means that if he deals 90 damage here, knocks out my type null, that we can knock his guy out with my Silvally. So I think that is okay. And then Silvally should be okay. No, he knocks his Zeraora into play. Okay. Okay, so I think we still play type null here. And we still Gladian here. So we Gladian. And we get a Silvally. So we get 100 damage, so the Zeraora is knocked out. Yes, okay. Let's go. That is a win. Didn't expect him to actually concede there, but I'll take it. 12 points remaining for our rank up. So that's 2 more games. Alright. Double type null and a Pokeball. And we're against... What are we against? A fighting type. Okay. Rampardos type null? Literally everyone is playing type null, of course. Okay, so we get double Charmander here. So the whole gang is in play. But we don't have any Silvally yet. Okay, so that's 1, that is 2. Now we are still waiting for Silvally. Because we do need him. And he actually has first turn, so... Oof, and he does 40 damage. That is bad. Okay. So I could put an energy on type null, but... Okay, at least we get a Charizard. So that's already pretty good. Let's try do a little bit of damage. Nope. I mean, we do 20, but 40 would have been nicer. Does he have a Silvally already? Yes, he does. So our type null dies here. That is for sure. Using a Iono. I'm not sure why that was needed, but sure. We can just play Charizard. And our Charizard is gonna use Stoke and he is gonna get some energies. Okay. So here comes Charizard. We use Stoke. Well, first let's get Silvally to play as well. So you use Stoke, get 3 energies. Very lovely. Now we only need 1 for Steam Artillery. Ooh. Really hoping he doesn't get a Rampardos. So now he gets to do 120 damage already. So if he has a Rampardos, he wins this easily next turn. And that is not what we want, but I don't think we have a choice. And Iono, yeah. I guess we'll just Steam Artillery and hope that he doesn't have Rare Candy Rampardos. Actually, a Silvally would be enough. Nope, he doesn't play Silvally, so Does he have rare candy rampardos? No, he has a Solgaleo, just... okay. Does he have a support card? Yes, he does. Okay. So that is a win for him. Which, fair enough. He is playing it with Giovanni and red. Which is also a very interesting combo, and I think is actually a pretty good combo as well. Okay, so back down we go. We're a little bit of a stuck position right now. Just winning and losing one game. Over and over. Alright, we're against the grass type here, and we're starting with a Charmander. So that's a little bit of a different start, I guess. Double Pokeball gives us at least one type null. And another Charmander. Okay. So we have one. We're against a Masterball. Let's see how we do. Oh, he is actually running Rowlet. I thought he was running Masterball. He might still be running Masterball with a Decidueye. But I'm not sure why he would do that, because I don't think it's that strong. But let's see. First we'll have to wait. Alright. Okay, so we put an energy here, of course, then Professor's Research. Charizard. Okay, but no rare candy yet, obviously. So we do 40 damage. Pheromosa can do 20 to both. And then Rowlet would do 10, but a... whatever his evolution is could do 20. I'm not sure what his name is again. I forgot. Okay, we wait. I'll leave Cape. Okay, so 20 damage to Solgaleo and our Charmander. And we don't get a rare candy. So this Charmander is basically dead. I think what we're gonna do is put a energy on this guy. And maybe we Sabrina to get this Rowlet out of my face. So I kinda want it off the board, so he doesn't get to his Decidueye. Which he might have, of course, already next turn, but we'll see. If he has it, he would have to play it right now. Okay, an Erica. Sure. And Pheromosa comes in and knocks out my Charmander. But we have Gladion into Solgaleo. So that is pretty okay. At least we knock out this Pheromosa, and then we'll have to see if he gets a Decidueye. So get another Charizard, let's Gladion into Silvally. So there is Silvally. Put the energy here. Use Brave Bodies, and we get 1 point. He is of course already very close to a second point, with my Charmander only being at 10 HP. But he needs a Decidueye here, otherwise we still win. So does he have that? Okay, yes he does. So Decidueye deals 70 damage to whatever target he wants. So he only needs 2 turns. And if he has an Erica, then I think he wins. But he would need an Erica for that. So okay, maybe we profess his research into a rare candy. No, okay. Right. So I guess we just put it on Charmander and do 100 damage? And then we'll see what he does. So it very much depends on what he has in his hand, if he's able to do anything. Oh, okay, so he gets another basic. But then I'm guessing he doesn't have... Oof, okay. So we really need... Oh, and he has an Erica, okay. So we really need a rare candy. So we don't get that rare candy, then... Okay, so if he knocks out Silvally here... No, he doesn't, okay. Yeah, this means that he won. So there's absolutely no way that I can save this now. No. Okay. Well played. And we continue our win-loss. No, not. Actually, this is the second loss in a row, what I've been talking about. Okay, first time, second 2 losses in a row. Let's go back to the winning sides, hopefully. Let's go. And let's battle again. Alright. What does this guy have? As we wait for the game to load. Alright. He is playing probably Solgaleo. Yeah. I'm guessing it is Solgaleo. Let's see, let's wait until he plays a card. But the energies do suggest it is a Solgaleo. Yeah, it is. Pretty standard stuff. Okay, so we could Gladion, but we don't have any energy on our type null yet, so... And there we have a Silvally. So we could evolve next turn already. Let's see though. Okay, so that kinda suggests to me that he has a Solgaleo, which means that our Silvally won't really survive for that long. Let's Charmander. Let's also Gladion actually then. So if he has Solgaleo already next turn, then we're gonna need the other type null. Now let's see if he has solgaleo. Yep, he does, as I expected. So solgaleo is gonna knock out my Silvally. We're gonna have to, I think, put type null in the active and damage his solgaleo to try actually do something. Otherwise, what are we gonna do? We can, of course, and we will, of course, get our Charizard up. But I need to damage the solgaleo, right? No, actually, it didn't have to. But it doesn't matter. We'll still knock him down 40 HP. So even if he heals up now, then he at least loses a heal. Okay, so he gets another Cosmog. That is actually worrying. So if he gets the other solgaleo, then we're screwed. Very much so. Alright, 1 point. Charizard. So we'll have to use Stoke here. Yep. Let's Professor's Research. A Lily and a Gladion. Let's use Stoke. Playing Charmander is actually just dangerous because he could have a Sabrina. And Sabrina would win him the game. So, Professor's Researches. Okay, does he have his other solgaleo? Yep, he does. Okay, this game is lost. Okay. So he does 120. We're down to 60. And we can only heal for 60. So, yeah. Sad. Oof. Okay, so that's 3 losses in a row now. We're not going the right direction. Let's try this once more though. So I do think we are just getting a little bit unlucky here. Just slightly. Alright. I'm going first against a dark type. Not ideal. I don't want to go first with this deck. I don't think any deck really wants to go first except Giratina maybe. This Giratina can just use his ability to get a energy. Okay, so we got Charmander and another Charmander. And then we can Professor's Research. Mars and Sabrina. Okay, nothing too fancy then. And he Pokeball, so his Goslord, I'm guessing, is in his hand now. Yep, there is Goslord. Alright. So we need a Silvally if we want to do anything useful. Oof, especially with this Nihilego. Okay, so at least we can Professor's Research, hopefully get a Silvally. No, but a Gladion will do. Let's use Quick below. Hope for, well, 20 or 40, doesn't really matter actually. So we do 20, and we take 30 plus 20 poison damage, and we're down to 30. Oof, any red cards, okay. That hurts. We get a Silvally, but also 2 rare candies. So no support cards. Now Silvally does actually do 50 damage. So that is already good. And then we have another Gladion for a potential other... Oh fuck, okay. I should have played the energy on the other guy. Okay. That was a huge mistake. Let's get the other type null in play. Okay, so that's 40 damage. I should have just put it on Silvally and then we would have knocked out Nihilego. That was a little bit dumb. Okay, but next turn we can still Gladion. So we can still knock out Nihilego. Who knows, maybe... okay. So he does 30 plus 20 poison. So one of my Silvallis is actually gonna be knocked out. So that is a problem. Let's just do this. Gladion is not useful anymore. And one of them gets knocked out. So, okay, my mistake cost me very dearly. And it looks like we're gonna extend our losing streak even more because of that. Alright, we shouldn't make mistakes. Okay, he gets a poison barb and another Nihilego. Oh boy. So he takes 60 damage here. Right? Or is he gonna play his Guzzlord? Oh my god, okay. We need a Charizard, I suppose. What else are we gonna do? Oh my, okay, this is like in the very much surrender range, but okay, we're gonna try it anyways. The Charizard. We can't Gladion because it doesn't fucking work. So we do only 50 damage. And we take 30 poison damage. We take another 30, so Silvally dies from poison. Then we'll have to charge up our Charizard, and then who knows, maybe we get very lucky and somehow do this? I'm really not sure how. Yep, Silvally gets knocked out. As expected, and then we can put in Charizard. Use Stoke. And then... okay, we get a Sabrina. Not that it is useful, because he has a Celesteela, which is basically a free Sabrina, but less useful for me, more useful for him. Alright, yeah, Guzzlord is gonna do 120. Oh, well, never mind. We're just gonna concede. I should have conceded this when I made that mistake. That was basically cost me the game. But okay, we're not gonna sit here and whine. We're gonna move on and play. So let's go. We forget about that incident. Let's go. Fighting type. Charmanders are only play. Surely this is gonna be another Silvally deck that I'm up against. Yep, yeah, it is. We do have a Professor's Research, we have a Gladion, so we could draw a type Null or a Silvally. Drawing a Silvally alone is not very useful though. Ooh, okay, he plays 2 Skull Fossils. We do get a rare candy. So if he doesn't have red card, then maybe we are in a pretty okay spot. Let's get hopefully a type Null here. Yes, alright. Pretty nice. Then we can Charmander, use 20 damage. And hopefully he does not have a Rampardos already next turn. Does he or not? We wait. No, he has a Cranidos. Okay. So no Rampardos then? Nope, no Rampardos. Okay. That is good for us. So he only deals 20 damage as well. So we can rare candy. So let's rare candy Charizard and then use Gladion to either get our other type Null or a Silvally. Ooh, okay, another type Null. It's not really what I wanted, but I guess we'll take it. Let's play 1 energy on our type Null, use Stoke to get 3 on Charizard. Then we wait to see if he has a Rampardos. Another type Null. And yeah, okay, that is what I expected. He is gonna have a Gladion. So he's gonna do 100 damage to our Charizard, which is gonna be left with 60 HP only. So a Rampardos would knock it out. And even another Silvally would knock it out. Cranidos does not quite. Mars, okay. So he is maybe gonna knock out my Charizard next turn, right? Let's play this. Let's play Professor's Research. Maybe we get something good. A Pokeball and a Silvally. Let's play our Silvally just to be sure. And we get another Charmander. Okay, so we get 1 point with Steam Artillery. And then if he has a Rampardos, I can knock out his Rampardos using my Silvally. So, okay, Cranidos comes in. And I can just Mars, which is amazing. Because he's playing Cranidos right now, he needs a rare candy and a Rampardos to evolve it. Which, there's no way he has both then, if he only has 1 point. So, okay. We wait. But I think we're looking pretty good. We still wait. Okay, so there's Rampardos. If he's gonna knock out my Charizard here, we Mars and Silvally. So we knock out Rampardos with Silvally. He can Gladion right now. He should evolve it, but he doesn't. Okay, so because he doesn't, that means he won't have Silvally next turn. Silvally would have been able to withstand at least 1 attack from my Silvally, so... Okay, so he has 2 points, right? So we get an energy, so we Mars. Now he only has 1 card left in his hand. So there is a very, very small chance that he has a rare candy Rampardos next turn. So small that I don't think he has it. Okay, he plays type Null. So if he gets Sil Valley, then he can survive for 1 turn. Does he have it? And in the most annoying case, he would have Sil Valley plus Rare Candy Rampardos, and then he can actually win. But there is such a small chance that I don't think that is happening. So we can knock out this guy here with a Gladion into a Brave Bodies. Yep, there we go. Alright, finally we got a win again. After 4 losses, that was needed. And it was against another Sil Valley deck, so that is always nice. Let's go again. Alright. Another fire deck. So, what is this? Oh, a Turtonator Charmander, or Charizard, I suppose. That one I haven't seen in a while. We could Mars, but I don't think it does a whole lot here. So it needs some points first for that to really work better and not be a waste. Okay, so it's my turn. I think we do Gladion here just to try get a type null. Okay, so there we go. So then at least we can not be knocked out in one go. That is, of course, a possibility if you only have one basic Pokemon. Okay, so it's my turn again. So we go type null. Sadly, I think our Charmander is gonna be knocked out. And I'm not sure if there is much to do about it. Let's Mars. Just to get rid of some of his cards. And then I think that's Sil Valley. Pokeball as well. Get the other Charmander hopefully. No, type null, that's also fine. Let's end the turn there. I should have done 20 damage here actually. So we need that 20 damage for Sil Valley to be useful. See, he's gonna take another 90 then. So now we actually have to use type null instead. That was a little bit of a mistake, okay. So he does 90, Charmander is gone. We could Sabrina, which I think might be useful. Oh, we got the other Sil Valley actually. So let's Sabrina, get the Turtonator, the other Turtonator without energies in play. And let's knock that out first, I suppose. Let's see, nope, no heads. So 20 damage only. And we take 20 damage as well. Okay, so he gets a Charmander here, probably. No, a Litten actually, okay. That is also still a possibility, yes. Kiawe, let's Pokeball, get the Charmander. Let's play that, let's play Sil Valley, let's play Iono. So we do 100 damage. Okay, we got a Charizard again. 7 cards left. Let's get this Turtonator out of the way. Okay, so we take 20 damage. He's gonna play his other Turtonator. If we get a support card, we can knock that out as well. And if we get a rare candy, then we can just play Charizard. So there is... how many cards left? I think there is 1 Charizard left. Okay, so let's play Charmander, I guess. Oh no, Gladion is... wait, I can play Gladion? No, I can't. I was gonna say, I don't think I can. So yeah, this is sad because now, now we lost. I should have played Silvally. Alright. A little bit of a rough patch, okay. I should pay attention more to those kind of things, because we could have just played Silvally, survived another turn. Actually, that was actually my plan, so I don't know why I played the Charmander. But okay, Gladion could have not been played. So we wouldn't even have done 100 damage anyways. Alright, we are against a... maybe we can get revenge. Yep, it is a Turtonator deck. Okay, let's get revenge. Let's win this one. We have almost the same starting hand. Why is this guy running a Poison Barb? Oh, and he has a Kiawe already. Really? Okay, at least we get a type null. So let's play an energy on type null. So our Charmander is dead. We do get a replacement Charmander. So our replacement Charmander gets to live and grow up into a Charizard at least. Ooh, and he has one as well. So this Charmander is 07. He is gonna be knocked out. And now we could... I think we just play Charmander and Sabrina. Yes, please. So get Charmander in. Then rare candy Charizard. And use Stoke. Then hopefully he doesn't have the same. But we are first, so maybe we're okay. And we still have Silvally in our deck. So we'll see. He gets another Turtonator maybe here? Yep, he does. Okay. So... alright, an energy, so he's gonna do 20 damage, I suppose. No rare candy into Charizard, that is pretty good. That does mean there's a little bit less of a threat. Oh, actually, a Turtonator. Alright. So we get to knock out one of his Turtonators, and then he's hoping for a Charizard, probably. Actually has a Charmeleon. We already used Sabrina. So sadly we can't do that again. Another Kiawe, okay. Okay, we could Mars. Not sure how useful that is, no. Let's use Steam Artillery. He only has 2 cards already. Okay, so we get 1 point. And now, if he has a Charizard, we do 150 first. So we're not in a bad spot, maybe? Let's see. Okay. Oof, okay. So there is Charizard. And we will take poison damage from Turtonator. And he is gonna do 90 damage. Okay, so... Okay, we get a Silvally. So let's evolve into Silvally. Okay, let's think here. So... We knock out this Turtonator, I think. He only has 1 point. So... We kinda need... Well, healing won't really do anything. This Charizard is gonna charge up. We do need enough energies on our Charizard as well. Okay, I think this is lost. Actually. Like, how am I gonna save this? So we could do damage with Charizard. We take a little bit of poison damage. He is gonna have to use Stoke. But if we attack him, he gets to attack us. So there's no way out, is there? I don't think there is. I really don't see it, at least. And we don't have time, so... Okay, well... yeah, I don't think there was any way there. Oh well. Even if we would have gotten a Lily, so 60 healing, he would have still one-shot my Charizard. So that wouldn't have helped. And there was nothing else. I didn't have a Sabrina. I don't have a Cyrus. No red or anything else that could damage. So yeah, no, that game was lost. I literally went through all the possibilities and found there was no possibility of winning, so it's fine. Let's go again. Let's Charmander. Sadly, we have to start this game. Type null. Alright. Let's end. Okay, so he has effective damage against type null. That is annoying. Okay, so that means, well, first of all, let's Charizard. Because that would be lovely. And I think we're just going to evolve into a Silvally. And if he has a Garchomp, then our Silvally is gonna be knocked out. If he doesn't have a Garchomp, then we are lucky and we might... No, he has a Gabite, okay. And an Aerodactyl. So that means we can't evolve, which is fine, because all of our evolutions are already done. So all we need here is the support cards that we could play, and we can't play this. So let's retreat, Charizard, and use Stoke. Okay, if he gets a Garchomp, he could still knock out my Silvally, but I will be able to do 150 damage. Garchomp has 180 or 70 HP, I think. Not quite sure. Okay, he plays Aerodactyl. So he's gonna do 80 damage, actually. Which is respectable. but I don't think it does that much. So we do have a Lily, so we can heal up again. And we do have a Mars as well. That's pretty lovely. Okay, so we got 2 points here. And he, yep, concedes. Okay. That is a appropriate reaction, I think. Well, that was a very fast win. Gotta love a fast win as well. Alright. Let's go. Dodo Dominica. Or Dominico. Dodos are sadly knocked out. Or dead. Extinct, I would say. Not, they are knocked out, sure. Okay, we're against another fighting type deck, so type null is again weak. Unless we're against another type null, that is fine. I don't mind that much. Okay, so Gladion. And it is my turn. Okay. So we can Mars. I think we're gonna Mars. Just so he has only 3 cards. And then we can do this. Hopefully get a Charmander. Yes. And then if we get a Charizard next turn, then we could also evolve that and Iono, Silvally, do 100 damage. Okay, so do 20 here. If he has a Silvally, we can still knock it out with an Iono. He needs another basic Pokemon here though. Which he doesn't have, so we win. That is a very quick game. Alright, that was very unlucky from him. We can just... Gladion, doesn't matter. Alright, so we get a Silvally. Get Silvally. Brave Buddies is gonna knock out type null, and that's another win. So that was a very easy one, and very fast. And that is why we love basic Pokemon on our bench. So otherwise you're just gonna be unlucky and lose the game just like that. Alright. Let's go. Win streak acquired. It is only 2 games. Oh, this guy got top 10k in the first season. Alright, but he is now in Ultra Ball rank 3. So, why you're down here, buddy? What's been going on? Okay, another fighting type deck, another type null deck. Let's see if we can get lucky again. We do have a Gladion, we do have a Pokeball. So we are pretty set. The question is he? So we can just Mars here. And that is so annoying. Just playing Mars on the first turn is... Oh, feels almost illegal. Okay, let's Pokeball. So we get a Charmander. And then we can Quick Blow for 20 or 40. And we get 20. Alright. Let's see if he has anything. Does he have a Silvally? Does he have a basic? He has a Silvally. Question is, does he have a basic? He has a cape. That is also enough to survive 1 turn. Okay. We'll still do 100 damage here. Because of, well, we can Professor's Research actually. So another Pokeball. So we get another Charmander. That is not too bad. Okay, there he is. And we can play that, play this, do 100 damage. He has 10 damage left, or 10 HP left. So next turn, if he doesn't have a basic, he loses. But surely he has a basic. Okay, he gets a Gladion, so another type null maybe? And he does 100 damage as well, so our Silvally is left at 10 HP. Okay, but he doesn't have another basic, so we win again. That is 3 very quick wins in a row. And just like that, we're back to only 14 points until our rank up. So let's go. But these last 2 games were mainly because of a very, very unlucky draws from our opponent. Alright, I'm going first. We're against a fire type deck, so let's get type null in again. Ooh, a Charmander. Are we against a type null deck then? Okay, that's Professor's Research. We could have also used Mars again. But, ooh, this is pretty good. We have a rare candy and a Charizard. We have a lovely Charmander in the active. Not too bad. Alright, so he Pokeballs, he gets another basic here. And that is a type null. Okay, so nothing else though, so that is not too bad. So that means we can just Mars, get rid of quite a few of his cards again. There we go. Alright, and now we can rare candy Charizard. Pretty good. Use type nulls, attack for 20 or 40. Okay, 40 it is actually today. Lovely. So now let's see what he has. Is he gonna have anything like a rare candy? Professor's Research. Oh, okay. And with this Professor's Research he got nothing? Okay, nothing maybe? Okay, so he does 20 or 40 damage. I think we might Sabrina to get rid of his Charmander. Okay, so 40 damage, type null has only 20 HP left. Ooh, a Gladion. Can we get a Silvally? Yes, alright. So we Silvally knock out his Silvally. We could have also Sabrina and knocked out his Charmander. But I think this is fine, because if he does evolve his Charmander, then he won't be able to knock out my Silvally. Okay, he has 2. Still, he won't be able to knock out my Silvally. Actually won't in general, because he has only 20 damage and we have 50 HP. So that's really good. That's Sabrina. Get the full HP one. And also get a Charmander. That's lovely. And we can put an energy on him, use 100 damage, knock out this Charmander. Let's go. Alright. Type null. But we only need 1 point. Okay. So he knocks out my Silvally? No, not. Okay. So do we get a support card? Yes, but not a useful one. Alright, so let's retreat. Let's just go Charizard. Let's go big. Stoke. Next turn. Surely we win. There is no way, right? Unless he has Charizard as well here. Oof. Okay, he does have Charizard as well. Would have been the same thing though. It's actually, he has 140 HP, so he also needs to heal it if he wants to do anything. Okay. Which he has. Fair enough. Still, I think we're okay because there's no way he does 180 damage. And we can just do 150 here. We also have another type null. So let's do 150, he's left with 30. That's not bad. Okay, so he does 150 as well and we win. Alright. 4 wins in a row again. And he conceded, yep. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Alright. So one more game and then we should be Ultra Ball rank 4. So finally. And then we finally got there. Let's go. Rank up battle. And we're only using Solgaleo. Who would have thought that Solgaleo would have been the strongest Pokemon to come out of this set? Not even an Ultra Beast, just a regular old dog. Alright, Charmander, he's playing a fighting type, could be Solgaleo of course, yep. Solgaleo Rampardos? We have a rare candy, double actually. So if we draw a Charizard, we have our Professor's Research. Oof, okay, he does have a Skull Fossil too actually as well. Ooh, we do have a Charizard, alright. Very nice. Okay, let's Sabrina. Get rid of one of these Skull Fossils. I know it's not much, but I think it is worth it. So he can't retreat the Skull Fossil. Unless he has a Rampardos here, then he wins. No, he doesn't, okay. He does have a Solgaleo though. And a Mars, which is... gonna win him the game, maybe? Unless we get a rare candy draw? No, Iono. Okay, so type null. And we do get a point because you forgot to retreat the Skull Fossil. But our Charmander is probably gonna die here. Surely he has some kind of support card here. Yep, Gladion. Alright, so our Charmander is gone. We kinda need to Solgaleo, so if we don't draw a Professor's Research or a Gladion, I think we're gonna Iono. Let's see what we get. Type null, so I think this is an Iono. And Gladion, rare candy, rare candy. Alright, so if he has a support card, which there is a pretty big chance that he has, then we lose, sadly. But not much we could do about it. Yep, he does. Alright. Let's just concede that's quicker. Alright, so we're back to needing to have 2 wins. At least I think. Yeah, 11 points, so that's 2 wins. Let's go. I'm sure we got this though. We're so close. It's only Ultra Ball rank 4 though, so we're still gonna need to grind a little bit more to get to Master. Okay, we're against a Mantle deck. We do have a Charizard. Let's just start with type Null. So I think that is more consistent. Alright. Now let's see if the consistency... Okay, Mars, sure. I get a Mars Fire myself. And a Pokeball. Ooh, and a Gladion. Okay, so let's Pokeball Energy Mars. Energy Mars type Null. Yep, and then let's hope he doesn't get anything useful here. And do we get a heads? No, okay. That is fine. We could still get a heads next turn, or we can just Gladion. And Gladion gives us Silvally, so yeah. Okay, but he does get a basic here. It's a Morlul. Does he play... Okay, and a Professor's Research actually. Does he teleport Cosmog? Then we can knock out the Morlul. Yep, we knock out Morlul, I guess. Professor's Research? No, we play Gideon. Gladion. I mean, Gideon. So we Gladion, we get Silvally. And the next turn we could Professor's Research. Yep, he concedes. Okay. Well, that was quick. So that's a win. Only one left. And we're only 1 point away from ranking up now. So even if we lose the next game, we could win the game after and still rank up. So we're at 2 rank up battles now. Let's see. Who is our first opponent? Our first opponent is a Pikachu guy. But what does he play? He is playing a dark energy deck. Let's type Null. So this could be... Oh, okay. Coughing. So... Probably Nihilego. Alright, so does he play Nihilego here? Yep. Alright. We have a Silvally, we have a Charizard and an Iono. And we get a Pokeball. So of course we can't evolve yet here. Ooh, this is so good. Okay. If he doesn't have Mars or a red card, we are in a insanely good spot. Okay, we do 20 damage, that's fine. Yes, we can Rare Candy, Charizard, Silvally, Iono. So we play our entire hand, but we do knock out the Coughing or Wheezing if he evolves it. Yep, there is Wheezing. It only has 90 HP though. We take 30 plus 20, so we're down to 20 only actually. Oh, and he heals. Okay, that is less nice. I think we're still in an okay spot though. So we take 20 poison damage, we take 30 tackle damage. So we're down to 30. We Rare Candy Charizard. Silvally. Professor's Research. And we get another Charizard and a Gladion. Okay. Then we do 100 damage. So he's down to 10 HP. If he has Nihilego, another Nihilego, then our Silvally actually gets knocked out here. so that could be a bit tricky. Silvally is poisoned. Ooh, he has a coughing. Okay, so no Nihilego, I guess. Maybe with this professor's research though. No? Darkrai, okay. Yeah, that would also do the job. So he's doing 20, 30, yeah, that would knock out my Silvally here. Alright, so we have to put in Charizard, we have to stoke. Let's see how we are gonna do this. So this Weezing is gonna be inactive. We can Gladion a type Null, which I think we're just gonna play because it's useful to have on the bench, a Silvally. Okay, so our Charizard is charged up. But now we still have to knock out this Weezing. Okay, he gets another Pokeball, so another Nihilego, I suppose. And another Weezing. Okay, so 20, 30, plus another 20. So we're down to 110, which is insane. And then Darkrai will actually knock us out next turn. I think this is lost. Okay, but we do have another chance. We had 2 games where we could rank up. Sabrina? What is he gonna play if I Sabrina? If he plays Darkrai, he's incredibly dumb. What is he gonna play? Is he gonna play anything? No, no Darkrai. Okay. No bueno, I could try, but he succeeded in not losing the game. But alright, we're still only 8 points away, so 1 win and we're still there. So let's try it. Shouldn't be too hard, right? 1 win. I can't imagine. Alright. And we're against a dark energy deck again. Maybe a similar deck to the last one. Let's start with type Null Charmander. Let's see what we're against. Okay, Guzzlord Nihilego this time. So it is a different deck. And oof, okay, double Nihilego already. So if he has a Poison Barb on his Guzzlord, that is gonna be very annoying to deal with. Okay, let's Quick Blow. So that's 40 damage this time, okay. Not bad. So he's down to 130. And we cancel Valley next turn, so we do 50 damage guaranteed. Never mind, we're going to play Charmander here. So that's 20 damage guaranteed. If we get a rare candy here, that would be awesome. No. Sabrina. And we have a Nihilego in play. Let's do play Silvally here. And then we do 20 damage. Alright. So Celesteela. Yes, Celesteela, the one Pokemon card that makes Sabrina useless. Okay, Ultra Thrusters. He puts in Guzzlord again, yep. And he uses Grindcore probably. Plus a Poison Barb, oh. Poison Barb plus 2 Nihilego on the bench is very oppressive. Okay. Okay, we could Gladion. Then we take 30 poison damage. Then he does 30. We take another 30 poison damage. So he should live. So I think we retreat Silvally. Do 100 damage with a Gladion play. Okay, so we get another Silvally. Not really amazing. And let's do 100 damage here. So we take 20 poison damage. He could do 30 and then we take another 20 poison damage. But he could also swap into a Nihilego. Or Celesteela. Celesteela would even survive a Brave Buddy's 100 damage. Which I think would be the best option, because then I should have to retreat my Silvally, realistically. But who knows? Okay, so he does get his Nihilego in play. That is interesting. I'm not sure if that was the right one, because I get a free point here. So there's only 50 HP as well. Oh, okay, Cyrus, okay. Well, Silvally is not... I don't know why he played Cyrus, actually. But Silvally is now not poisoned anymore, so... Did that actually help us? I guess it did. So we can just do this. Retreat Silvally. And then do 50 damage again. And there we go. So that's 1 point. Now he's gonna play his Guzzlord and do 120, so Silvally gets knocked out. But then hopefully we get a rare candy. Or we draw a type null. There's another Guzzlord. I think a type null would be amazing. And Charmander also does 20 damage, by the way, so... Like, that is not bad. Let's see. He is waiting for a long time, so I think... Yeah, he is gonna knock out my Silvally. And we're just gonna Charmander with our healthy one, because it is not gonna survive that long. We can Iono here because we kind of need something. Let's see if we can get something. Rare candy? Double rare candy? No Charizard this time. Okay, so 20 damage. Guzzlord is down to 10. And we take 20 because of Nihilego. He can Tyrannical Hole again. But of course I can just knock him out with my Charmander. My other Charmander. Okay, he plays Mars. That's fine. I need something more, something better. Type null Silvally, alright. actually useful, maybe? Question mark? Okay, we wait. And he uses Tyrannical Hold, so we win! I'm not sure why he did that, because I just win now. Because we take 20 poison damage. Right? Like, I just do this. And then we take 20 poison damage. Or we actually... we might not even take poison damage. No, we just win. Lovely, so we rank up. That is what we were looking for. There is the victory. I'm not sure why he did that, because he could have just gotten his other Gostlord in the active. And then he would have been fine. But okay. People make mistakes sometimes, just like me. It happens. Alright, okay, we start with a type null, and we're against a fire type deck. Is it a type null? Yep. It is a type null Blastphalon. So not quite the same as what I'm running. Let's Pokeball, okay, Charmander. And then we can Professor's Research. I think we do. There is a pretty big chance that we get another support card, another Professor's Research even. And we kind of want to get a Charizard as well. Sadly, we were not able to put any energies on our type null yet, of course. Okay, so we take 20 damage. And we draw a Sabrina. Okay, so I think we just put an energy and get a Blastphalon needs to retreat, so let's get Sabrina out. So if he gets a Silvally, then he would be able to just knock out mine. Which I don't think is very useful for us, of course. So let's do this, and then we can Professor's Research. Use Silvally next turn. Hopefully get a Charizard, so we can reckon the Charmander. See, there is a Silvally, so he would have been able to knock me out. Okay, we get a Mars. Let's put an energy here, let's Professor's Research. Hopefully we get a Charizard. Gladion Charizard, alright. So rare candy Charizards. And we can Gladion next turn. Get the other type null, get the Silvally. We get 1 point here. There we go. Not bad. Okay, so he is gonna put his Silvally in, so mine is probably gonna be knocked out here. Why can he play Gladion, but I can't? I don't get that. Okay. Alright. So we have to play Charizard here, of course. So we're gonna use Stoke. Oh, and we get the other type null, so using Gladion is not useful, is it? We can still use it somehow. Okay, so we Stoke, get some energies, and then we have a Lily still. And he only has 1 card in hand, so using Mars is not useful. He has 2 right now. He gets nothing. Yep, uses 50 damage. Nothing substantial. We can Lily. put an energy there. Sure, let's also evolve into Silvally. And then Steam Artillery. Okay, so he concedes. Let's go. Another win. Pretty nice. We're doing really well. I think we climbed with like 100 points already. Let's go again. Okay. What do we have here? A fighting type. Okay, so type null start is then not ideal. Unless you're against another type null, which is the case. So it's not too bad actually. We can at least Pokeball get a Charmander? Yep. Okay. Sadly we do start the game, so that is unfortunate. So he gets to type null first. And he gets a Gladion as well, so he has a Silvally probably in his hand. Okay, so no 20 extra damage. That is nice. Okay, another Charizard, so let's Gladion. We get a Silvally, that's nice, so we can evolve. And then he needs to have a support card. Silvally. Actually, this does not do anything because he's just gonna support card Silvally and then my Silvally dies. Yep. Alright. Should know that was gonna happen. It was pretty obvious, but okay. Let's put in Charmander. Okay, so we do our Candy Charizard. And I think we Sabrina, because we don't want this Silvally to get free damage on our Charizard. So what does he put in? If he's smart, he puts in... Okay, I was gonna say he puts in the Skull Fossil. So then he can just retreat his Skull Fossil into the discard pile and just attack anyways. Don't really need the Rampardos, my guy. Just do 2 attacks with Silvally and you're okay. Okay, he got Yonos. What did we get? A rare candy and a Charizard. Alright, but we do need a Charmander for that to do anything. 20 damage extra, so that's 40. Yep. And we're down to 140. So a Rampardos still can't one-shot us. But we're getting close to that point. One attack from Silvally and the Rampardos would be able to one-shot us. Okay, so ideally... I think... Yep, there's Rampardos. So what is he gonna do here? He's gonna do 130. Makes sense. Ooh, actually he knocks me out because of red. Okay. Some people do still use red. I keep forgetting that is a card. So yeah, we lose. But that's okay. Let's go. Again. We're still in Ultra Ball rank 4 anyways. Not that I don't... probably we're gonna be knocked out to Ultra Ball rank 3 at some point still, but... Not right now yet. Alright. Charmander. Nothing else. I mean a Cosmog, yeah. So we're against a solgaleo deck then. Okay, Professor's researches. And plays Pokeball. Okay, so we could Galadion, but we first Pokeball. Okay, so let's Pokeball first. And we get a Charmander. Okay, that's not really what I was looking for. Let's actually Professor's Research, I think. Not a Professor's Research and a Pokeball, so we do get a type null. Yep. So that we can play Charmander, do 20 damage. Not bad. Now we're waiting. Okay, so does he get a Shinotic, so he probably gets a Solgaleo here. So we would like to get Rare Candy, Charizard. So that means we are probably gonna Professor's Research. Does he not have a Solgaleo? Now, of course, he also needs a Rare Candy, but he might not have a Rare Candy yet. Okay, he has a Cosmoem. Okay, so Solgaleo, getting a Solgaleo is pretty easy from this point onwards. It's only a matter of time, basically. Okay, so we get a Charizard. So let's Professor's Research. Mars Lily. Okay, no Rare Candy. So let's Silver Valley. And then just do another 20. So if he Solgaleos, I could Silver Valley do 100 damage. And he would be left with 40. So if he then attacks, he does. Okay, so yeah, that is happening. So then he would be left with 40. I do Charmander and we can knock out the Solgaleo, I think. Unless he has Lily, of course, which is pretty likely. Okay, so he's actually down to a little bit less, even. Oh, and we get a Rare Candy, so that's pretty nice. So let's Rare Candy Charizard. And then let's play Mars here. I think Mars is actually good. So he only gets 2 cards. So what are the chances that he has another Rare Candy Solgaleo? Not huge, right? And then we get to do 100 damage here. We might have actually needed to hit our Charmander in play here. That was maybe a little bit of an oversight. Okay. So our Charmander would have been able to knock out Solgaleo. Oh, and he asked the other Solgaleo anyways. So it wouldn't have mattered. That is interesting. Okay, what is he gonna do? Of course, Soul Breaker. Okay. So I think we're gonna be knocked down to Ultra Ball rank 3 again here. Because, how are we gonna do this? There's no way. I think I'm just gonna concede this. Alright. So we go down again. But it's only 2 points. So 1 win and we're back up. So let's get that win. Let's go. Okay, I'm going first. Ooh, and a fighting type deck. Double Charmander, Charizard. And we're against every time I think, oh, it's a fighting type deck, and then he just plays the type null. It's not that deep. Okay. Soul Valley. So we're in a little bit of a worse spot because we're second. And it's a Rampardos, of course. Okay, so let's think about this. Oh, and he does 40 damage. That is bad. That is really bad. Okay. We're down to 20 HP. You have nothing here. Let's Sabrina. That is the only thing we can do. Let's get a type null. Okay, so that's at least something we have. Then we can do 20 damage with Charmander. You can just knock out my type null, or my Charmander with his type null. If he doesn't have a Rampardos. If he has a Rampardos, then it's game over anyways. Oh, Cranidos. Okay. Not quite end of the game, but getting close. I think type null has a weakness to fighting type, right? So if you play it, if he doesn't have a Rampardos, then that is annoying. So let's Silver Valley. We'll have to kinda... let's Iono, because we need something here. Right now we don't have anything. Rare Candy? Professor's Research, okay. That's actually not too bad. Now we just need a Charizard. Okay, so he does have Rampardos. Okay, yeah, this is a lost game. Nothing to do against the Rampardos. 130 damage, what you're gonna do. Okay. Maybe if I get a rare candy we can do something. But what would it do? It would give me the chance to knock out the Rampardos, but I still would need some healing. Okay. Maybe Professor's Research gives it. Okay. Does this help us? He deals 130. So we're down to 50. So if I get a Lily next turn, maybe there is something we can do. He deals 130 here, so we're down to 50. And then we can knock out the Rampardos, but we need a Lily because his... or actually we can Mars. Maybe Mars will be enough. We'll see. There is a small chance here. No, we need healing actually, because we're at 50 HP. Alright. Sad. But there was a small chance. Sadly we didn't get it. Okay. So down we go again, but only 9 points away, so still one win would be enough. Let's see if we can get there. Okay, I'm going second. That is pretty good. We're against a grass type. Let's go Charmander. Not that there is any choice, but still. Let's go Charmander. Pheromosa. Alright. So we do 40 damage next. Or on our first turn, basically. That is pretty good. And we have Mars. So we can get rid of his hand. If he doesn't play a whole lot of stuff here. 1, 2. And... that is it, okay. Still, I think it's better to play Professor's Research then. And we get a Gladion and a Charmander. Okay, so let's use the Charmander's attack to get this Pheromosa down to 30. Okay. Sad. He Erika's. So sadly his Pheromosa is gonna live and he has a Buzzwole. Oh boy. Okay, so 20 damage to both. Okay, we get a type null. Let's put an energy on it. And let's use combustion again. Okay, so that's 40 damage again. We could just Solgaleo next turn if we want to, knock out anything, including this Pheromosa with 30 extra HP. So that is good. Now the question is, what is he gonna play after? So he can just swap around everything very easily. And I would like to get... oh my god, it's another healing. But it's only up to 100 HP. Which is great, because now he doesn't have a second Erika anymore. And I can still knock it out. And he also used one of his leaf cloaks. Okay, so we have a rare candy. We're just gonna retreat our Mr. Charmander. Get type null, get Solgaleo out. Alright, so let's play Gladion. We get Solgaleo. So that's 1 point. Now if he has another Pheromosa, one of our Charmander is gonna be knocked out. So we kinda need a Charizard. Okay, so he plays Buzzwole at first. So there isn't a Pheromosa in hand, maybe? Okay, Professor's Research, so no Lusamine either. Not yet, at least. Energy. 30 damage, I guess. And a cape, but he doesn't have any healing anymore. Okay, and he is going to get it out of the active. So no 30 damage, I guess. We could Iono, I think maybe that is actually the most useful. So we have 5 cards in hand, 8 in deck. Let's see what we get here. Type null, rare candy. And no. Okay. Let's do play type null. Let's put an energy on him as well. Do 100 damage. Okay. So we still need the Charizard. And he can knock out my Solgaleo here pretty easily. I would actually love it if he swapped my hand around. So, sir, if you can do that, then thank you, please. Plays the Buzzwole. Okay, so he's gonna knock out my Solgaleo then. Is he gonna do anything else? Anything that I would maybe like? What we're thinking here. Okay, big beat. So yes, Solgaleo is gone. And okay, let's think here. I think we just put in one of our Charmander. See what we draw. Pokeball. So that's not useful. Of course it doesn't do anything. So let's just duo 40 damage here. It's 40 damage at least. And we would like a Charizard next turn, otherwise this is gonna be pretty hard. So you can use Big Beat next turn. He could actually use it this turn as well if he wants to. Just use his 2 Celesteela and that would be enough. We might go down a little bit more. We'll see. Okay, so we need Charizard. That is all I need. Charizard right now, please. No. Okay. Well. Sad. So that's another loss. So that's 4 in a row now. That is worrying. Now I need 2 wins to rank up. Okay. Let us get back to Ultra Ball rank 4 and then I think I'm gonna quit it for the night. So let's hopefully not take too long here. So it is starting to get a little bit later. Okay, so we're second. That is good. And we're against a metal type deck this time. So Marlol it is, yep. Which is weak to fire, so that is pretty nice. And here comes Cosmog probably. Yep. And another, so Cosmog on Marlol, 50-50. Another Cosmog, okay. Ooh, and a Professor's Research. Stop it, please. Okay. Let's Pokeball ourselves, then Mars. So we can play Type Null. So let's do that. And then use Combustion for 40 damage. So he's down to 20. He can of course retreat it if he wants to. And he could also play a solgaleo to retreat it easier. Ooh, okay, Shinotic is annoying. So he gets a solgaleo here probably. Or not, could be not a solgaleo. It actually looks like it isn't. Let's play an energy here. Let's see if we can get a Charizard. Sabrina, Galadian, no. No Charizard, okay. So let's do 20 damage then. So he's down to 30, surely he gets a solgaleo here. So our Charmander is gonna be knocked out. And then Silvally will be knocked out next turn. So unless he doesn't have Solgaleo here, then we maybe have a chance, but we really need a Charizard. Okay, so he doesn't have it, but we really need Charizard, please. Okay. Type null. So let's play this guy. Let's retreat Silvally. So at least our Charmander is a little bit more safe now. And let's hopefully get that Charizard then. And he doesn't have a guaranteed Solgaleo here, but maybe he has it. Okay, yep, Shinotic will do it. That is a Solgaleo, 100%. He might not have a rare candy though. Oh, it is a Cosmoem actually. So not 100% a Solgaleo, but Cosmoem will also do the trick. Okay, so there we go. We have our Charizard. So let's play that guy. And let's Sabrina. And put the energy on our type null. Come on. Oh, he concedes. Okay, let's go. So that is a win. Only one more. Please, let's do this. Okay, 6 points. 6 points are needed. So that's 1 win. Alright. More second again, that is pretty good. I like being second. Let's Charmander. We're against a grass type. So, Boswell, okay. It's one of these ones again. And the Pheromosa. Okay, Professor's research maybe gives us a nice and deserved rare candy. No, of course it doesn't. Let's Pokeball then. Get type null, yep. That is good. Okay, so let's use combustion for 20. Get this guy to 100 HP. That is already a pretty nice start. Okay, but he does have another one. So that is a problem. So he gets to do 20 to my Charmander and my type null. We can evolve into a Solgaleo, but we would love a rare candy to get our Charizard up as well. And then we can use Stoke. No, that's a Charizard. Okay, Solgaleo. Let's not use Gladion maybe. Okay, so we could do 40 damage here. I think that's what we're doing. And then next turn we swap out to our Solgaleo. Guaranteed. Okay, we wait. He heals. Okay. And that is 20 to both, yep. Please give us... Nope. Okay, so let's Gladion then. Okay, so we get another type null. Play it, use retreat into Solgaleo. Solgaleo knocks out at least the Pheromosa. So now we hope that our Charmander gets to live at least another day. Here comes Boswell. If he has a Lucamine, my Solgaleo is dead and we lose this game. He has a Cyrus, okay, so Charmander is still dead. But maybe it's not as bad. Well, we still won't have a Charizard. So that is still annoying. But maybe we can get a Pokeball and then we still have one. Mars, okay. Let's Solgaleo, let's do this. Sabrina doesn't really do anything, so let's play Mars here. Right. So that's 100 damage to Boswell. So he's down to 40. So if he wants to knock out my Solgaleo, he needs to heal. Or Leaf Cape, yep, and then heal. He needs to heal as well still. Actually he doesn't because I have a Sabrina, but he doesn't know that. And maybe we get another support card, I don't know. Okay, he plays Cortana, or Pheromosa I mean. Pheromosa is gonna deal 30 damage instead of 20. So it's not too much. Not too bad. Gladion is not... I can't play it, man. So annoying. Okay, Sabrina. So he is gonna put in his Celesteela. Yep. And then we put an energy here. Retreat. Go the other guy and then do 100 damage. And then hopefully next turn we get something more useful. So everything is in one-shot range. Never mind. Not everything. Everything except for Buzzwole is in one-shot range. And Buzzwole is gonna knock out my Silvally here, of course. So yeah, we lost, I think, because it has 2 Celesteelas. God damn it. I thought we had this. Goddamn Charmander dying early is annoying. Alright. So no, sadly, we're not there yet. Which means now we have to win 2 games again. Alright, well, we could be at this the entire night then. Right, please, only 2 wins. It's not that hard. It shouldn't be that hard. Okay, Psychic type. And we start with a type null. Professor's research, yep, sure. Wait, he's playing type null with a psychic type, okay. Let's Professor. Sadly, we are first, so that is very not good against a type null deck. As a type null deck, against a type null deck, you really want to be second. So otherwise this guy is gonna pretty much blow you out of the water if he has a Silvally. Which there is a pretty big chance that he has. Okay, so he does also do 40 damage. So there will also be a chance that we get knocked out instantly. I mean, there will be anyways. Let's Mars. Let's hope that works. Okay, and then Silvally, so at least we have a little bit of a chance to survive. Unless he has Silvally himself. Then of course it's gonna be rough. Okay, maybe he doesn't. Maybe he does now. Yep, he does, of course he does. Okay, so mine is gone. That is the power of going second in this game. Just because he went second, he won that coin toss, basically. Let's go Charmander, and let's hope for a rare candy. That might be our only chance here. Okay, we have another Charmander, so that's kind of something. Alright, well, let's get a rare candy. Nope, nope. Alright. Let's do 20 damage. And then hope for a rare candy next turn. So otherwise this game is also lost. I hate these coin flip games. Ah yes, Gladian. So that's another 100 damage. And another Silvally. Wait, and he has an Abra? What? Why does he have Abra? Okay. So yeah, there goes another 100 damage. Let's play Charmander. And no rare candy. So yep, that's the game. So now we need to win 3 more games. This is going well. Oh no, actually still 2 more. Okay, maybe we can do this then. If I lose the next game, then I'm gonna quit anyways for today. If I win, then I will not. Then I will do another. Okay, let's see if we have this. Who are we up against? Oh, metal type, okay. Double Charmander. Okay, we have a Charizard. And a Type Null. But again, we're second. Going second, or going first is really bad. Okay. Opponent goes. Plays a Pokeball. And Professor's Research. So he should have a Cosmog or something. Marlow, okay. And a Cosmog, okay. So based on his behavior, I'm guessing he has a solgaleo next turn. But we have a Charizard this turn. So okay, that's at least something. That means we can Stoke. And we have enough energies to do damage next turn. So if he has a solgaleo and he attacks me, I can knock out the solgaleo. Let's see if he has it. Shinotake is gonna illuminate. And Rare Candy, solgaleo. Is he gonna attack? Is the question. Another energy. And Rising Road. And he attacks. Okay, so his solgaleo is dead. That is really good. Let's put an energy on our Charizard. Oh, he concedes. Okay. Well, that was an easy one. That gives me hope. Still one to go though. So let's go get that win then. Alright. Let's go. Do we have this? One more win. That is all we need. Alright. I'm going first, so that's annoying. Okay, Type Null. Into a Type Null, but he is using a electric type deck. Okay, let's Professor's Research. Hopefully get something. Okay, Charmander, hopefully. Here. Yes, let's go. Okay, so Charmander, and then he is gonna flip a coin, hopefully not get 40 damage. Then if he has Silvally, we're fucked, but let's see. Okay, so he does not play anything else, which might be good. Please Mars? No, no Mars. Okay. So let's play an energy, let's play Silvally, and hope he does not have the same thing. Let's play Gladion as well. Okay, so there we have a Type Null. And let's end the turn there. Okay, please don't have Silvally. Oh my god, he does have it, okay. So, as usual, our Silvally dies because we are first. That is how this matchup goes. It is one of the most annoying matchups yet. Okay, now the question is, do we play Charmander or Type Null? Type Null would survive one turn. Ooh, and we have Mars, okay. So, ooh, actually no, we can't Mars. We have to Gladion first. So otherwise he would just knock out my Type Null. So Silvally, let's play an energy on Silvally. He shouldn't be able to knock it out in one go. Next turn we can Mars, and then hopefully we get a Rare Candy. Okay, so he gets a Gladion or a Type Null. I would be curious what his hand is like, because he has a lot of cards, but no. Okay, there comes a basic Pokemon. So now we should have, oh, an oricorio. Oh boy. That is problematic for a whole other reason. That being, I need to keep my Solgaleo alive. Okay, let's Mars. If I don't have my Solgaleo alive and I only have a Charizard, that is gonna be disastrous. Okay, so let's Charmander. Let's retreat our Solgaleo to save it and do 20 damage. Alright. So hopefully he doesn't have a Cyrus. So then we're just gonna maybe concede. I think we should then concede because I don't think there is anything to do. Yep, okay. Alright, but I don't think that was a fun game, so let's go again. So I don't want to enter. That was a dumb game. Oricorio is such a dumb card. Okay. Let's go. What we up against this time? Another metal type deck, so surely it's another type null, I guess. And I'm going first again. Oh, it's a moral, okay. I am going first though. Gladion, no. Alright. So type null should do... Okay, Iono is actually good for me. Rare Candy Charmander? Ooh, okay. Not bad. Actually not bad. Okay, you get the Cosmog. So he has no cards in his hand. That is actually kinda nice. And we get a Rare Candy plus a Charizard. That's actually also good. Okay. I don't think we... Well, actually it doesn't matter. So next turn we can just Gladion and then we can do 100 damage. Okay, so we Gladion here and knock out this Morlo. And then we first, of course, Rare Candy Charizard. So let's do that. And then Solgaleo, use 100 damage, so that's 1 point. And now let's hope he doesn't have Rare Candy Solgaleo. If he does, we do have a Charizard, so we're not in a too bad spot, but he doesn't seem to have it because he plays Morlo. Nope, he doesn't. Okay. So let's Professors. And we get a Pokeball and a type null. Let's play both of those. Okay. So there's Charmander. 7 cards left. Let's play an energy on Charizard. Let's do 100 damage again. That's another point. So Gladion won't do anything anymore. So that's a useless card now. Let's see if he has a Solgaleo. If he doesn't, then we're pretty good. Of course our Charizard is also pretty strong against the solgaleo. Okay, Cosmoem. I think I'm actually gonna charge up my Charizard. So put an energy there, use retreat into Charizard. And then Stoke. So we have enough energies, and then even if he Solgaleos, we should still win. And a Sabrina, yep, there it is. Okay, concedes. Alright, so one more again. Let's try again. At this point, I guess I'm committed to trying to get to Masterball rank 4 again. It's only one win. It's not that much. Alright. Here we go. Another metal type deck, so actually pretty strong against these decks it seems. Yep, it's another Marlow or Solgaleo. So, how we doing? What we doing? A Pokeball. And the Cosmog. And the Professor's Research. Okay. Okay, so we can do 40 damage to this Marlow. We can also Mars. Okay, that's really good. Okay, so Mars. And then Charmander gets to do 40 damage. So that's not a bad turn, but we would like to get some basic Pokemon. So with one, it is going to be a little bit tricky. Okay, he gets another basic. Wait, the Cosmoem. Huh, okay. And the Marlow, of course. So he only needs a Solgaleo still, which he's probably going to get next turn. Okay, so we do get a type null, that's good. That's Professors. Gladion, alright. So let's put a energy on the type null. Let's get a basic going, that is a type null as well. So hopefully, okay, yeah, that should be okay. So let's Combustion. So knock out the Marlow. Charmander is probably going to be knocked out by a Solgaleo right now. Yep, there goes Cosmoem, so that is a sign that he has the Solgaleo. We could do 100 damage with Sil Valley, but we could also knock out this Marlow with a Sabrina. Okay, let's think here. This is going to be a hard game with the Solgaleo already in play. None of my Pokemon are able to survive for a turn. Okay. So Professor's Research, hope for a Charmander. Gladion Pokeball. Okay, so we do get a Charmander. But we also still need a Rare Candy plus a Charizard, so that is a lot of stuff that we don't have. So at least we do 100 damage here. And he takes another 10 if he does do Soul Breaker. Oh, and okay, he heals. So yeah, this is lost, I think. God damn it. Okay. Only thing that would save us is a Professor's Research, and then get exactly a Rare Candy. Ooh, I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. What do we get? Sabrina, Rare Candy? No. Okay. Well, it was worth a try. How many points do we need? 14, okay. Oh well. I guess we go again. This is never gonna stop. Okay, we're against fire type. Really? Is it a mirror matchup? And I'm first. Oh boy. Okay. Well, if I lose this one, then I stop. Oh, it is actually the blast one. So maybe not as bad as the Charizard. Usually I find these a little bit easier. Okay, so we have 2 Pokeballs. And we have... Okay, that's a Charmander, so we do need a type null still. Yep, there he is. Let's play those. Let's end the turn there. Playing the Galadian here wouldn't be too useful, I think. Not yet, at least. Okay, he gets a heads. Of course he gets a heads. So that's 40 damage. Our Charmander is basically already knocked out. But actually we get a rare candy, so that's good. There is a Charizard. Let's evolve into Soul Valley as well. Use Stoke. So that's nice. Now we're just waiting. Galadium. And what else do we have? Okay, so there's Soul Valley. So he's doing 100 damage. Lily would be amazing. That is not Lily. That is in fact a Professor's Research. Okay, well, let's play Professor's Research. Charizard and a Galadian. Okay. So let's knock out the Soul Valley. But there is a 50-50 chance that he gets to knock out my Charizard here. And last time he got lucky, so... If it is truly a 50-50, surely... Oh, actually... Plays Blast one. That's interesting. So he could have just Soul Valleyed. Never mind, he just has Lucamine. God damn it. Okay. Well, this means that we lose, I guess. That's Professors. Type null. Lily. Yep. Okay. Alright. Well, I think that is enough then for today. Sadly, well, we got to Ultra Ball rank 4, then we went down again and we got stuck. So we're in Ultra Ball rank 3 again, but we should be able to get back up again. So hopefully my annoyance was entertaining to you and you enjoyed the stream. Please subscribe and all that stuff if you want to see more, etc, etc. And yeah, I will see you some other time again.